Hey guys, it's Ron with r-studios.com and we're talking about Towers of Xandermere, a game of conquest. And today I want to talk about these stop spaces. There's 10 stop spaces throughout the board and they work a little differently depending on which stop space you're talking about. But what they all have in common is that you have to stop when you hit that space. As you saw in the rules, you have to roll a 1 to be able to get out and get into play. So let's say the blue had rolled a 1. Yay, they got a player in action and in rotation. So now they rolled a 1 again on their next turn. They would not be able to move out because they already have a player on here. So a good strategy is to always try to keep that clear as long as you have players in your start, so that if you did roll another 1, you'd be able to move your player out. So an example of where that would not apply if a player was sitting on stop would be if it was your opponent. In rare instances, an opponent may have managed to get all the way across the board while another opponent still has a single start token, or maybe more. But in this event, if blue was to roll a 1, they were not able to move if they had their own here, but if it's an opponent, they are able to move that 1 into play, and they would send this player back to the guard tower stop space. So anyway, that is the stop space at the start and finish. It's pretty straightforward. But let's talk about the guard shack, this guard tower stop. Okay, this one's a little bit different because just like any other stop though, you need to stop regardless of what you rolled. I rolled a 2, oh, it's a stop, so nothing else matters. But in order to get off of the guard shack or the guard tower, I need to declare a stop, what's called a stop action. Now a stop action means that I am declaring that I am going to move this piece with the roll that is about to happen. In normal play, you'd have tokens out on the board, you would break a roll, and you would decide which token you were going to move with that roll. But when a player is sitting on a stop action space, it's important to know that they must declare stop action in order to move this player. So, the direction of travel is critical for stop actions because if I am a player coming in, I do not need to declare stop action. But as a player leaving the tower, I do. So what are the choices or the option? What is the stop action from the guard tower? Well, let me show you. There's 2 options from the guard shack. One is the shortcut, and the shortcut is 12 spaces to the bridge versus the longer safe route through the wooded area, which is 54 spaces. Well, why wouldn't I obviously do the shortcut? It's much, much quicker. Well, here's how it works. If I decide to shortcut the stop action, I have to roll an odd number. So let's say that I rolled. Yay, I rolled an odd number. It is a 5. That means I was successful when I declared stop action shortcut. I'm able to go down the shortcut. But if I had rolled an even number on that stop action call, I would have had to gone back to start and rolled a 1 to get started again. So it's high risk and high reward. Okay, so what if I don't want to do that? What if I don't want to run the risk of going back into the start? Well, I would declare, I'm going to leave the tower, stop action, safe route. Now it doesn't matter what I roll, odd, even. If I rolled shortcut, that would have been even, I would have been back to stop, but now, or start. But now I get to roll or move down the side of the tower 6 spaces and continue safely. So the stop action on the guard tower, 2 choices, shortcut, safe route. Shortcut, need to roll an odd number or it's back to start. Any number if I roll safe or declare safe, and I can go down the side of the tower. Now let's talk about the bridge shortcut or the bridge stop action. The bridge stop action is the same as the guard tower in that it's related to the direction of travel. So if I am crossing the bridge, I must declare stop action. Once I'm across the bridge, I will need to stop because it's a stop space, but I'm safely across and stop action is no longer required. So to stop action across the bridge, once again, I'm letting the other players know that, okay, I am rolling my die to roll this guy across the bridge. Stop action across the bridge. So I roll to get across the bridge and I rolled a 1. So I didn't get across the bridge, but I'm safely on the bridge. And once I've done that, and I have left the stop space, stop action is no longer required. Stop action was only required to get off of the stop space. So here I am with a 1. I can now let this guy sit and wait until I roll what I want and move him when I want, any number of spaces. So there's different ways that you can get across the bridge with the stop action though. And one is that you can use the advanced 6 spaces, steal a horse to get across the bridge. So I can say stop action, play my card, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and get across the bridge safely. This is a fantastic strategy because not only did I get to cross the bridge with a stop action, but because I played a card, I can also roll again to get off of that stop space and not risk running, getting bumped back to here. Another way that I can get across the bridge, it doesn't guarantee that I'll get across like that last card, but I can use the 8-sided die and do a multiple roll, which will increase my odds of getting across the bridge. But again, I need to declare the stop action before I roll the die. So there you have it. There's the stop spaces. Always stop at the stop space, and depending on the direction of travel, with the guard shack or the bridge, you have to call to declare stop action to be able to move. So I hope that helps clear up any confusion there might have been. And hey, if you haven't been over to r-studios.com, get over there now. Games are for sale as we speak, and appreciate you watching. Thanks.